Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I'm Monica, the Kismet Chemist. I want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for joining me today. So this video is actually a two-part collaboration. This is part one. Part two is being done with the Dunn Creative with Amanda Dunn, and she is absolutely incredible. And I am so grateful that she was open to this suggestion and to doing this collaboration. So the point of this entire reading is to reinfuse love when we feel like we've lost hope, when our relationships get difficult, when we can't quite remember the love that we had when we got started, and to plant a seed of renewal. And so my part in this collaboration is telling your love story. So I have some special love story cards that I created, and I have some oracle cards that are going to give a little bit more insight, and then we'll break it down a little bit further about the journey that you guys have taken and the lessons that you're learning, and hopefully it will help you see your relationship and the person that you love in a different light, give you a shift of perspective and a more open mind and open heart. So first of all, I want to start out with this card right here. And this is a card from the Creativity Oracle deck. And I asked Spirit to help me with the intro. And this is the card that came out. It's the card 15, and it says seed. Having the intention to grow like a seed, and a bloom is at the heart of creativity. And 15 reduces down to 6. And 6 has been a theme throughout the collective. It's been a theme in my life. It also is the energy of 2022. 6 to me is all about harmony, balance, unity, and deep healing. When I started thinking about doing this card reading, and I asked Spirit and talked to Amanda, of course, the most profound message that I was getting was bring love back. Bring love back. And I've been on a very long spiritual journey myself. It has been very difficult. And I am married, and in my marriage we had a lot of struggles during this because I had very deep healing wounds that I needed to deal with. I had a lot of childhood wounds, a lot of self-esteem wounds. And I never realized how much I was actually projecting that wounded part of me onto my relationship until I started trying to run away from my relationship. But my heart was so in it. My heart was so committed, and it just kept pushing me to see things from another perspective, to see things in a different light. And over time, and with a lot of open communication, everything from my childhood, from my first marriage, from my life began to heal. And through that, my communication with my husband expanded, and our marriage grew stronger over time. And I am one who very much believes that if the heart is in it, that there is nothing that love cannot see through. So I'm going to give you guys a view into your relationship in a different light, a different perspective, and help usher in or bring in more love. Plant that seed to blossom of a new way of seeing love, yourself, your relationship, whether it's your partner or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife, anything. Just help you see a new way forward. Part 2 of this with Amanda, and I will link her channel and the part 2 link in the description box for you guys. Please go and check it out afterwards. Is going to be Spirit giving you some guidance about the future of your connection and your relationship. I want to say so much how excited, first of all, that I am to be here, to read for you guys, to be able to tap into your hearts and your stories, to be able to share this moment with you, and how truly, truly grateful I am for Amanda, for doing this with me, for being there to bounce ideas off of and collaborate, and just being an amazing friend and such an insightful reader that she has given me love and guidance and support through her readings more times than I can count. She has brought tears to my eyes and healing to my heart. So on that note, I am going to give you guys some time to look over the 3 hearts and pick which one resonates the most with you. And then we will go ahead and get right into your readings. Hello, my pile ones. So if you chose this beautiful opalite heart, the love story is based off of Pride and Prejudice with Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. So I'm not going to lie, I had to look up the meaning of opalite. And I have to giggle because one of the biggest meanings that I came across that resonated so much with your card is it helps communication, but it helps to reveal hidden feelings. So if you're not familiar with Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy interact in these social situations, and Mr. Darcy is the epitome of socially awkward. He comes off aloof, but also almost as though he thinks that he's better than everyone else. And Elizabeth Bennet is just very youthful and enjoys dancing and interactions in life, but she's also very knowledgeable. She's well read. She has firm opinions about life in general. So the original book title that Jane Austen had for Pride and Prejudice was actually First Impressions. And I love that title so much because it's a lesson in and of itself. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy interacted, and impressions were made that were so skewed from the actual truth. And that to me feels like the overwhelming lesson here. Sometimes we perceive certain things as what we think they are, essentially. We form our opinions and our beliefs based off of our own personal context, or how someone's behavior makes us feel, but we don't take into consideration that they have an entire world going on in their own mind and their own heart. And what Elizabeth Bennet perceived as Mr. Darcy just blatantly hating her, and he didn't help at all with saying rude things about her, which we all know the kindergarten rule. Boys pick on the girls that they like. All of it was just baseless, because in reality, Mr. Darcy was 100% in love with Elizabeth Bennet, and she was so caught up in the outward projection of who he was and other people's opinions of who he was, that it wasn't until he had the courage to confess his truths to her that she was able to see him for who he really was. And in that way, so many times when we're in relationships, we have a frame of reference. And that frame of reference is based off of whatever relationships we have been in, what our friends say, what our parents say, even certain behaviors from the other person. But without open communication, those are just opinions. We have to open ourselves up, heart, mind, and soul, to learning about the other person. And the opalite stone actually resonates with the number 6. It's the numerical frequency of the stone. And if you skipped my intro, I'll give you just a brief understanding. The number 6 is about balance and harmony and healing. And for me, my lesson that I have learned through relationships is that healing in a relationship can only occur with open communication, with being honest and being your truest self. Once Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy were 100% their truest selves with each other, there was nothing and no one that could stand in the way of the love that they shared. And I feel very strongly as though Spirit is coming through to tell you that if you just open up more to hearing a different side, you may see with clearer eyes what's been sitting right in front of you the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and move this card up here. And I have these oracle cards. One of them will represent the divine feminine in the relationship, and the other will represent the divine masculine in the relationship. Now, everybody has divine feminine and divine masculine within them. So this doesn't necessarily mean gender related. This is just energy. So the divine feminine is represented by the mentor. I'll put it over here. So imagination. And we have this creativity oracle card. I'm going to show you that for a minute here. And that is flash. A creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the perfect solution. Number 17. So I'm just going to adjust a little bit here. See if I can't adjust the light so that it's not glaring quite so much for you guys. There we go. And the mentor is represented by the light attribute of passing on wisdom and refining a student's character, and the shadow attributes of instability to allow student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Imagination says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. So we're gonna pull the masculine first. So the masculine is represented by the networker, by acceptance, and this is your divine masculine card, and it says willpower, the number 20. Use your willpower to bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. And the light attributes for the networker are enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And the shadow attributes are conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. For acceptance, it says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So what I'm getting here is one of you in this connection is far more introverted. The other one is far more extroverted. But you both have this spark. And oftentimes this spark can cause conflict because one of you seems far more whimsy and creative, imaginative, far more childlike. And the other one seems to want to get things done. And in that kind of dynamic, it can be hard because it's almost as though one of you has their head in the clouds and the other one has their feet on the ground and nose to the grindstone. But what I'm seeing here is it may be time for you guys to learn how to actually flow and work together. And doing that both on an emotional and creative level, but also on a physical level. The mentor, I really feel as though you're more likely to get frustrated, which is kind of weird to me because I would think that the networker would get more frustrated just because of the shadow attributes. But it's like the mentor wants to be able to show the networker so much more. So much more, but the networker is focused on what they can create, what they can bring into the world, what they're doing in their day-to-day life, and the mentor just wants to nurture that. But sometimes it's hard to meld those together when we aren't open to each other. So I'm actually going to pull from an oracle deck that I have created. It's called My Favorite Things. It combines the I Ching, human design, gene keys, and astrology together. And then I did my own intuitive interpretations of it. So Spirit, can I get some guidance to bridge the gap between the mentor and the networker? What can they do to bridge this gap? Oh, you guys have cards just kind of jumping everywhere. There seems to be the way that I feel about this is you may feel as though you really have nowhere to go. But with the cards jumping the way they are, it's like there are so many different ways, different options, different paths that you can take. Thank you so much, Spirit. And through working together, through open communication, through talking, through keeping your heart and your minds open, almost any path is possible to bridge this gap, to get you guys flowing easier. And when you guys accept that, or when the networker is able to accept that there are certain aspects of the mentor that are just always going to be that up in the clouds nature, and the mentor understands that the networker is really here to do the work, to be in the world. One of you it's okay for one of you to be in the background. You don't both have to stand out from the crowd, anything like that. So what I got here is gate 29, and that is in Leo. And it is water above, water below, remaining true through protection and danger. And I'll go ahead and show you this real quick. And your challenge is, why should I even bother if I'm going to fail? Putting off to a forever tomorrow due to fear of commitment or failure. The lesson is yesterday is gone. The past is over. Let it go. Tomorrow is not here. It's being formed in all you are doing right now. Connect to yourself. Commit to yourself. Know your worth and commit. The frequency that you should be holding in your heart is devoting yourself to living fully from the heart. Brings forth greater commitment from the universe, but it also brings forth greater commitment in your relationships. So this may be a point in which there is a transition occurring in your relationship, in which you're looking and you're thinking, why should I keep going? Should I keep going? Is this worth it? Am I doing myself any good by staying in this relationship? But if your heart is in it, then there's nothing that can actually impede it, because Spirit wants us all to live fully from the heart, to love fully from the heart, and for our relationships to be 100% heart-centered. We can easily fear commitment. I have the feeling that you guys are the mentor. I could be wrong, let me know in the comments, but I have the feeling that you guys are the mentor. Because the energy that I get from the mentor is, it's a lot easier to see the way that things could change, but it's a lot harder to talk about it. It's a lot harder to make that commitment to doing the work yourself as well, but it's a lot harder to open your heart, especially when you likely have been hurt a lot in the past, because it's made you feel as though, from what I am picking up from the energy, it has made you feel as though you're very naive. You're very naive when it comes to love. Almost as if you feel as though you're too trusting. Love is trusting. It just is. And absolutely nothing that you put your heart into is done for no reason. Let's get a look at, we're going to pull the tarot first. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Spirit, can we get just a little bit of guidance for this love story? I feel like there's so much potential here. It's like there's just one, it's like there's a slip. As though there's just, what I'm seeing is like cogs in a machine, and how when the teeth of two wheels don't grip quite right and it just kind of stutters. That's what I'm seeing. It's like a stutter step right now, and it almost feels like this weight on my chest, like, can I keep doing this? Is this ever going to end? And it may be that you guys have been working really hard at making this work, at making this flow together, and it has been these constant stutter steps. So we have the card 11, detach. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it. All right. And then the card number 4 with lead. And the card 2, and that is 2 of spirit, which is spread your wings. And at the bottom, we have card 1 and the base chakra. So this is all about feeling safe and secure in actually making that commitment. With this detach card, to me, it's detaching yourself from what you perceive to be the truth, detaching yourself from any expectations of what it should be, detaching yourself from your past and realizing that the past really isn't here anymore. You're not the same person. They're not the same person. This isn't any of the same relationships you've ever been in before. And when you detach from the past, then you step forward into that leadership role of, let me show you that I am here and I am in this. Let me show you that I have let this stuff go. And when you do that, the spread your wings, to me, because it's spirit, it always feels very relatable to the cups. I know that the emotions is supposed to be the cups. But to me, this is like when you guys move into this state of letting it be this new fresh start, letting yourself transition into being really genuine from the heart with each other, with yourselves, with your life, and realizing that sometimes codependency can look like wanting to share anything and everything together, but really what you're aiming for is interdependency. You both have your own unique traits, your own unique skills and gifts, and you work together because you love each other. Even if you're not both doing the same things or interested in the same things, you both love each other. And that is enough to bridge that gap so that you feel safe and secure within this connection to really spread your wings and go out into the world to do the things that you want to do, and know that you will always have this love there. Some of the most profound relationships are ones in which one person is well known and the other person isn't at all. You think about celebrities who are married to what society calls quote unquote nobodies, but those are the strongest relationships, and it's because they are committed from the heart. It doesn't have to do with anything else that they're doing in the world. It has to do with the person that they are. And sometimes our perceptions and those first impressions that we have can skew that so that we don't see the reality. So let's take a little bit of a look at how your path led you here. Spirit, can you show me how pile one's path led them here? Okay, we have wishing well, and that's card 48. What else, Spirit? So if you look at the 48 card, there's this mask above the wishing well, and this woman is looking back. But her focus, where she's looking back, is actually not on the mask. She's seeing through it to what's underneath it. So I feel like you're just really hoping and wishing and asking Spirit for some clarity. You're wanting the masks of the past to come off. You're wanting the illusions of what other people say to be removed. We have the card 33 with peaks of joy, and 48 reduces down to 12, which reduces to 3, and then you have 33 peaks of joy, and then we have number 10, rock bottom. You know, and on the bottom of the deck, the number 7, into the unknown. All right, so you really, what I'm seeing here is that what brought you here is you were losing that spark, that joy, that inspiration. You were losing that because you weren't able to see beyond the masks that other people wear, the masks from the past, the mask that you feel as though your person is wearing. and you were really, really praying hard. I am seeing someone like on their knees saying, please help me see the truth. And you just want to experience these peaks of joy without hitting rock bottom anymore. You want to know that there is stability and security and that it's safe, but that you won't fall down to the bottom with no way up and no way out. And what Spirit is really saying is you're absolutely safe here. This is what you don't see. This right here is what you don't see about this connection. It's okay to trust. It is okay to open yourself up. You are safe. Your heart is safe. Listen to your heart. Even when it feels as though you can't see the way out, you can't see your way up from anything, your heart always knows, and it will lead you into what feels very scary, because the unknown is a scary place for a lot of us, especially those of us who have been hurt a lot in the past. I am no stranger to that. But she is surrounded by such beauty, and there is this rainbow here that is literally coming down into her crown chakra. And it's saying, trust. Just trust and take that leap. Commit yourself and know that no matter what you do in the world, the love that you have in this connection, in this relationship, this love story is one for the books. It really is. All you have to do is trust the message that you are safe to love, that you are safe to be yourself, and that is all that is ever asked. I don't see anything else for you guys, but I am so profoundly moved right now. I know what it's like to go through that, to go through that ups and downs of emotions, of fear, of memories from the past, to not be able to let them go, to not be able to understand. I know what it's like to have this discord between the two because you don't know how to communicate, because you don't know that it's safe to do so. And Spirit coming through and telling you that you're safe to open up your heart and communicate, that you are safe in the relationship that you have, that you are safe and you are loved. It's like Spirit just wants to hold you right now and tell you it's okay to trust your love. It's okay. It's okay to trust your heart. Please trust your heart. Thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards, your energy. I keep going back to Mr. Darcy and how wrong Elizabeth Bennet was. And I just feel like there's such hope. There's hope for love for you. So don't give up on your heart. Don't give up on your heart. If this resonated, please let me know. Let me know down in the description box. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. And please don't forget to go and check out where the future of this connection in this relationship is going with the Dunn Creative on Amanda Dunn's channel. I will link it down below. I'm sorry, I'm still like overwhelmed with the emotions because I feel this like wave of hope. And I am so happy. And I am so honored and blessed to be here with you guys today. So thank you again. Thank you, Spirit, for these amazing messages. and I hope to see you guys all soon. I love you. Bye. Hello, my pile twos. So you chose this rose quartz heart, and the rose quartz heart, most people are aware that rose quartz is all about the heart chakra. It also corresponds to the higher heart chakra, and that is unconditional love and compassion. And the card for your love story is Skylar Van Allen and Benjamin or Jack Force. And this is from the Blue Bloods book series. It's a young adult series about fallen angels and vampires and witches. So it's very much in the realm of supernatural, paranormal romance. It is one of my absolute favorite book series. The story of Skylar Van Allen and Jack Force is one of the most beautiful love stories that I have read, because it's all about breaking free from tradition. It's breaking free from what is expected, what has always been, and embracing this love that you have unconditionally, no matter what has come before, no matter what skeletons are in the closet of the person that you love. You know on a heart and soul level that you love this person. And Skylar Van Allen in this series, she's like this enigma. She's somebody who isn't meant to exist in the world, and yet she does. And she is this beautiful combination of angel and vampire and human, and she doesn't fall within any given category or any traditional set of this is who she is. And she also, while living in New York and going to a private school, goes so much against the grain because she doesn't wear the popular clothes and she doesn't do the popular things. But she has this ethereal quality to her that follows her in her energy field in everything that she does. And Jack is the rich kid. He is the most popular guy. He is the lacrosse star and all of that, but none of that to him matters. To him, what matters is truth and beauty and love. And he internally also has this very dark side of him that he can't ever get away from. And this is about, to me, this is about what we believe we are meant to do or who we're meant to be with. And it's about breaking free from the things that other people say are important, the things that other people say are how it's supposed to go or how it's supposed to appear when you're in a relationship or when you love someone. And it is about loving someone no matter what, even in the darkest of times, and embracing that love from the heart completely and totally, and loving the person unconditionally and fighting for that love while still doing what is right for others. If you haven't read this series, I strongly suggest you check it out. I feel like you may find something in there that is meant for you to understand. So I have two cards, and they are, or two sets of cards here, and they are for just a little bit more clarity on the two parts of the relationship, both the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine within us, but some people embody it a little bit more. And this is outside of any kind of gender norms or anything like that. This is me just tapping into the energy of the two parts of this relationship. So on the first hand, with the divine feminine, we have Messiah, which is light attribute is serving humanity with humility, and the shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. I'll go ahead and put that right up here. And then we have the card of change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And again, we have the creativity oracle, and I'll let you guys take a look at the card for a minute here. And this card says resistance, and it's the card 65. Understanding why you resist what you have to do is a crucial part of the creative process. And 65 reduces down to 11, which is a master number. And you usually don't reduce master numbers, but when you do reduce an 11, it goes down to 2, and that is about partnership and unity. And so this first person may feel as though they are here to help change things, but they are very resistant to that. There's some blockage within of what I feel is fear of what could possibly change if they were to embrace. And what I'm hearing is embrace your heart, embrace your love, embrace who you are, embrace your gifts, embrace all of it, your whole life. Just radical acceptance kind of thing. And then we have the card for the divine masculine of pioneer. The light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. And I love that it has a light with a heart in it, because that's just so beautiful and exactly perfect for this. I'm going to shift this down just a little bit for you guys. Sorry about that. And then we have the card of health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And finally, the creativity oracle. Sorry. My brain just completely shut off as I was looking at this picture. The creativity oracle, it says accomplishment. Card number 26. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. And 26 reduces to an 8. And 8s are about the physical world, the material world, material success, physical security and safety, abundance, prosperity. So I feel as though the energy that I'm picking up here is, especially with whoever it is that embodies the divine feminine in this relationship, there's so much fear here. There's so much fear because if you were to grow and change and embrace yourself completely, then your relationship would grow and change. But the thing is without any dissonance or without any challenges, no relationship can ever really grow. And sometimes the challenge that comes in for that growth is us challenging ourselves to truly embrace who we are, to know that we're here to help others, to know that we're here to be a beacon of light and a beacon of change. And I can see here so much that this pioneer really can see the way forward, can see a better way of living. And this health card, though it mentions physical, our physical vessel, our physical body is intertwined, interconnected, and it can't ever be extracted from our emotional and spiritual bodies. everything flows together. And this pioneer feels as though, to me, it feels as though the perception that they have right now that's holding them back is if they get their physical body under control or in whatever shape that they want, then everything else will fall into place. But it's not just about looks. It's not just about your appearance. It's not just about whether you're the fittest. It's about what you bring out into the world. And both of these energies, I feel as though they are meant so much to really learn how to see beyond the fear and the self-doubt and the things that have come before that are stopping them from continuing to move forward. And in a connection like this, it's almost as though the whole world, it feels like the whole world is against it. And you have been trying and trying and trying, and it's coming to a point where you're starting to understand, especially the Messiah is starting to understand that the blockages and the perceptions of the outside world and the disappointment or the lack of acceptance in the outside world is actually coming from an inner place of resistance to change because of fear that change will irrevocably change the relationship. But to me, the only two constants in the world are change and love. And when you change through love, that is where your heart opens and healing begins. So sometimes it takes just opening up and saying, hey, this is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm feeling within. And for the pioneer, maybe it seems as though the pioneer doesn't see the Messiah completely, and that's why there's a lot of resistance there, or the Messiah doesn't see that the pioneer has the ability to change. It seems as though there is this back and forth of you guys are both trying to be better for the other person, and you're not realizing that if you work on being better for yourself and you do that together, that is how you break down these barriers, you break down that resistance, and you really come out of the sense of self-doubt. And I am hearing that you may actually resonate with both sides, and that is because a lot of times in relationships we tend to mirror the other person, but you both may be carrying very similar wounds, very similar self-esteem, self-doubt, and fear from your past, from things that have occurred before, even things that have occurred before in this connection, in this relationship, that you both have this sense of feeling the same things, but you feel it in different ways because your perspectives are different. And so it really comes down to understanding that what you experience is not singular to you in this relationship. What you experience, what you feel, even those inner insecurities, those really are within both of you. The resistance is within both of you. Change can be very, very frightening. It can. And a lot of the times when we are afraid of change, we actually don't take care of ourselves and our health quite the right way either, because it keeps us in this state, the same state, continually, and we don't have to face what could be because we don't know to hold on to the positives of what could be. So I'm going to get a message. This is an oracle deck that I made. I call it my favorite things oracle. It's based off of the I Ching, human design, the gene keys, and astrology. And then I channeled intuitively. And we're just going to get an important lesson to help bridge this communication gap between the two of you so that you can start moving forward. Spirit, can we get a lesson here for pile 2? Pile 2. Okay, you guys actually got 2 of them. So you got gate 48 and gate 28. Gate 48 is depth of nourishment through inner spirit. It is water above, wind below, and it is representative of Libra. It is located in the spleen center, and I'm going to explain a little bit more. But the challenge is can't and don't spearhead the fallacy of being unworthy and fuel inadequacy of not knowing. The lesson that you're learning through this challenge is the beauty of the mystery in life is in the inner depths of resources we hold and the true courage of saying simply, I know nothing. And I'm sorry, I'm hearing Ygritte in my head from Game of Thrones saying, you know nothing, Jon Snow, and it makes me giggle every time. What Spirit calls for you to hold within your heart, the frequency of love to hold within your heart, is the wisest ones are those who know that learning does not equate to understanding. Experience and emotions flow like water through all things and people and are the truest depths of the inner well of wisdom. I'm going to put that here for you. And then gate 28 is awakening to the joy of gentle change. Oh my gosh. Lake above and wind below. And you both have wind below, but you have water. That is so, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes when these things happen, it just blows me away. And it's Scorpio. And the challenge is avoiding engaging life due to the automatic negative thoughts that you have no purpose and life is devoid of purpose keeps you from truly living. Embrace the totality of purpose being infused in every moment, every breath, every life. Seeing all of experience as purposeful fuels the fullness of living. And that was your lesson. And what you're being called to hold in your heart is fully embodying and embracing the purpose in all things and people is to fully embody the truest inner immortality of your very soul. Oh my goodness. You guys are so similar. So similar. The spleen center in human design is really in the shadow state. It's all about fear. It's what fears we are being called to overcome. And I love that it's gentle change. And knowing that you have within you this well of resources, of wisdom, of love. You have within you an immortal, eternal soul. And you have a purpose here. And this connection, this relationship has a purpose. There is nothing to fear of change, especially when it comes from the depths of your soul. Excuse me, I needed to get a drink. So I'm going to pull here from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Sorry. My my right ear just started ringing like really loud. Okay, Spirit, can I get some clear messages for pile 2? Spirit, pile 2. I love this Scorpio and Libra energy, and it literally is wind and water. Those may be significant in either one of your birth charts. It's not necessarily what I'm picking up so much, but what I feel intuitively is that it's about this transformation, this change of how we see and how we move in relationships, in our connections. Okay, Spirit, can I get some messages here? All right, we've got the 7 of Spirit, and it says choose your battles. Number 1 with the base chakra. And then number 3 of Spirit with take the lead. Man, Spirit has been coming through strong. And then we've got the 5 with the throat chakra and win or lose. So here's what this is saying to me. First of all, what I'm hearing is the choose your battles is about knowing what to listen to, knowing what to believe, knowing what is worth fighting for. And sometimes it's letting go of all the little nitpicky things, because all that those things are doing in our life when we hold on to them is keeping us from changing, keeping us from growing, and it keeps our base chakra out of balance. And this take the lead card is really saying that you have definitely chosen to take the lead in healing, to take the lead in moving forward in a more loving way. And that is great, because once you decided that this is a battle that is worth fighting for because it's what matters to me, it's like I'm hearing it grounds me, it anchors me. Like, sometimes we are in relationships with people that seem to be our exact opposites. And it's because those are the people that teach us the other half of who we are inside that we don't see. And to me, what you don't see is that no matter what, win or lose, everything is always from the heart. And when it's from the heart, it's always right. So being more compassionate, being more gentle, and unconditionally loving. Sometimes we don't understand that unconditionally loving isn't asking another person to change, but it's being open to changing ourselves and knowing that the other person is not going to leave us. They're not going to not accept us. They're not going to harm us in any way, and we don't have to keep battling those inner battles of fear, because when you see that the love that you have is an all accepting and all loving relationship, you can take the lead in your own healing. You can take the lead in your own journey, and you can take the lead to show this other person in the relationship that it's safe, that it's safe. I just keep hearing it's safe, it's safe. Fight for your love because it's safe. So I'm going to pull from the Enchanted map and get a view of what brought you here today so that we can get just a clearer impression. Spirit, can you give me some guidance for pile 2 on what brought them here? What journey brought them here to taking the lead? So we have the card 48, Wishing Well, which you also got the card 48 before. Spirit, what else brought pile 2 here? $31 with the dry desert. Pile 2, Spirit. Oh. And 24 was stuck in the mud. All right. And at the back of the deck, we have card 54 with encouragement. So, first of all, I feel like what you don't see is you have so much divine love and support and encouragement for this connection, for this relationship. But what brought you here is that you were looking for hope because you feel like you have been walking in the midst of the hardest times of your life and you don't know where to find help. There's no water, and it's like this stuck in the mud. It's like you're trudging through quicksand. And you're looking for this encouragement and this hope. Do you keep moving forward? Do you keep fighting for this when all the odds are against you, when nothing seems like it's ever going to change, or everything is changing way too fast and you don't know how to get through it? And Spirit is giving you encouragement right here, right now, that no matter what happens, no matter what comes about of anything in life, the one thing is that win or lose, when you move from the heart, nothing is ever a mistake. Nothing can ever not occur, and love will always, always will out. It will always win. It will always conquer, and you can never lose when you move from the heart. Change is scary. It really is. But it's okay to allow it to happen. It's okay to allow it to come in. It's okay to use what you know and what you have learned to grow together. And sometimes it seems like we are out in the cold or in the harshness of the desert, seeking an oasis, seeking some sort of solace, some sort of sign, some sort of message. And that's why you guys were brought here today. Because your heart was bringing you here. It was begging you to come here. And you just need that little boost. You just need to open your heart a little bit to that boost and that encouragement, and knowing that no matter what, love matters more than anything else in the world. Love always, always is the purest essence of who we are, of what we share with each other, and of what we're in the world to bring to it. And you have so much love within you. I can feel this overwhelm of I've loved for so long, and it's this constant battle, this constant struggle, and every step forward knocks me back and knocks me down. But what you don't see in that is you are gaining so much strength and so much resolve to move always from your heart. And this dry desert and stuck in the mud energy, stuck in the mud energy, it's not meant to last. It's meant for you to stop resisting. That mud that you feel like you're stuck in, that's that inner resistance. That dry desert, it's that self-doubt, that self-blame, that negative talk about not being worthy and not being enough and needing to do more and needing to be more, and then not knowing how to fully be the things that you feel that you're being asked to. But fear, the one thing that I know about fear is fear creates intricate illusions, but they're just illusions. Love will never lie. Love doesn't lie. It opens. It can initiate a lot of change, but it's never bad. Even if it is perceived that way at times, it's not. When I went through my divorce, I vowed I would never get married again. I vowed that I would never love again because love wasn't worth it. And then I met my husband. And it was literally like the universe going, yeah, right. Like, you're not going to love again. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I tell you what, I fought that so much. I fought it tooth and nail. I ran from it. I tried to find just any and every excuse to get away from it because it was changing me deeply, intrinsically. And through my marriage and working through all of my spiritual lessons and everything, it's still the one thing that I've always done is I've always wanted to run. Until I learned that running is just running away from my heart. And I don't know necessarily why this story popped into my head, but it's like I feel this energy of what am I fighting for anymore? What am I even fighting for? I don't want to fight anymore. And I've been there, and I know how that feels. And I can tell you that Spirit is literally saying, just know that when you move from the heart, winning and losing don't matter anymore. Because when you move from the heart, there's no such thing as winning or losing or good or bad. It's just love. And that's where the sunshine comes in. And that's literally what I'm seeing is like the sun breaking through the clouds for you guys. I'm not getting any specifics or details about any like clear-cut issues. There seems to be a lot of energy, but I just get this like I don't want to fight anymore. It's this overwhelmed, this tired. But I also feel the rise up of looks like I'm going back in it, and then you do. Next time you feel like you need to rise back up and go back in it, try shifting it and seeing that what you're experiencing, the emotions that you're experiencing, your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, may very well be feeling the same things in their own way. And if you can take a more gentle and compassionate approach, you encourage them through your own leadership, through taking the lead in pulling yourself out and pulling them out. I'm not seeing anything else for you guys, but I do want to say thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be here to read this energy, to be able to bring these messages to you guys, to be able to collaborate with Amanda. Please go down to the description box and make sure that you check out where the future of this is going and those messages from Spirit for you guys. And let me know. Let me know how you guys are doing, how you're feeling. Let me know. I want to say thank you again so much for letting me do this. Thank you to Spirit for bringing these amazing, profound, hopeful, uplifting messages. Hopefully they were uplifting. And just thank you for letting me share some of my passions and my stories with you all, because that's just how Spirit communicates with me and through me so that I can bring these messages to you. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. If this resonated, please share it with somebody who it might help. And don't forget to like my channel, subscribe to, or like this video and subscribe to my channel. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other readings. And I will see you guys at the next one. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, my pile threes. So if you chose this blue and white sodalite heart, the love story card that you got is Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley. Now, I'm not even going to lie, if you can't tell by the setup. I am a huge, huge Harry Potter fan. And for me, Harry Potter came into my life during a very difficult time when I was a kid. And it became what I felt like was my return home. Every time I'd open the book and start going back down the halls of Hogwarts and going on the adventures, it was friendship and community and family and adventure, and all of that brought in so much into my life. And Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley's story is one of my favorites. And I actually pulled just one of the books to have on display here for you, because it's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It's the 6th book. And it is the book in which Harry actually finally opens his eyes and sees what has been in front of him for years, and that's Ginny. But it's really Ginny's story that I love. And that's the focus that I feel so much on this pile. There is the sense that it may feel as though there's an imbalance in the relationship, or as though, and I feel very strongly as though it's the people here watching just feel as though they're more committed. They are in this more than the other, or they have love where the other person just doesn't see them. But the lesson here with Ginny is it was so hard for her in the beginning to have all these feelings for Harry and him not reciprocate. And what she learned was, if she let it go and started just being herself and living her own life, even though her heart never gave up, she was still able to hold that little small beacon of hope within her, but it wasn't so painful anymore. And over time, things changed and developed and grew. And in the end, they did end up together. And against all odds, I feel like that's such an overwhelming message. It feels like this collective has had such an uphill battle in love. And you're ready for something So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at oracle cards first to give the energy of both parties in the situation. And I asked Spirit to break it down with divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy. Now, we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us all. So this isn't gender specific. This is just the energy and the personality of the person. So the first one is the divine feminine energy. And we have the archetype deck, and it is Alchemist. The light attribute says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And the shadow attribute is misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Just get that set there. And then we have the card, the card Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. It is so beautiful already. Wow. And then this is the Creativity Oracle deck. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take a look here. And the card is Insight. See beyond appearances, masks, cliches, and cultural stereotypes to gain insight. The card number 70. I'll put that right there. So that is the first person and the divine feminine energy that I am picking up. And the second one, or the divine masculine, the archetype card is the Mediator. The light attributes is a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. The shadow attribute is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. There's your Mediator card. I'm going to set that right there. And then we have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And this is your Creativity Oracle card. And it's the card of Overwhelm. The hard work we love can leave us feeling burdened, drained, and burnt out, among other problems. And it's the card number 11. Okay. So what I'm getting here is, give me just 1 minute. I have this almost queasy shakiness in my stomach. It's more so like a nervousness that I'm feeling that just kind of washed over me. And almost like someone's afraid of sharing their, or it's really from this Overwhelm card. It's almost this sense of drowning. Like I can't catch my breath. Like, I'm sorry. I get the sense that both energies in this relationship are having a hard time seeing into each other in the right way. One of you is so overwhelmed because everything around you needs your attention, and this Mediator is like, I know how to fix all of this, and I can do this, and I have the power to do this. And you keep pumping yourself up and pumping yourself up. But the fact is that things are just piling up still. And it is keeping you teetering on the edge of crashing. and you don't know how to ask for help. And with the alchemist is this soft, gentle energy that sees and understands but feels powerless to help, because despite the love that's there, the mediator isn't asking for help. And the alchemist knows that when it comes to love and insights, it has to be something that is asked. It has to be something that the other person is open to. And there tends to be this imbalance because the alchemist has that there. They're just waiting, ready, and holding very, it's not even like a really tight grip. It's just holding that shred of, all you have to do is come to me, let me help you. And the mediator is still so focused on what they're doing. Okay. that was very powerful. Honestly, I almost think that this is a split of who falls in which one, but I feel like more of the split is the alchemist, and you just need to understand that the mediator person in this connection is not sharing because they don't know how to get it out. Every time I try it clogs up. And this blue sodalite stone is correlated to the throat chakra, and it is to help calm and soothe and ease communication through. It's every time I touch it, I feel this pure watery energy that helps really clear that communication up. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. It just takes a little bit longer. And it's so hard in those moments to hold on to patience and to hold on when you see and you know that there's a better way of doing things, and that you're there waiting for them to take some of those burdens off their shoulders and offer it to you, but not in a way that is pushy or burdening you, but in a way that's saying, please share this load with me. And oftentimes, especially in divine masculine energy that is all about action oriented, and I can do this, and I have the strength, and I have the power, it's hard to see that it's okay and it's right to ask for help because you don't know how, or you were taught that you can't, and it is incredibly difficult to work up the self-esteem to put your pride aside and say, please help me with this. So I'm gonna pull, this is an oracle deck that I designed myself. It is based off of astrology, the I Ching, human design, and the gene keys. And then I channeled messages from them for some of the challenges that you face with each one. So, Spirit, can you please help me find the prominent lessons and challenges that pile 3 has been facing? All right. So I have here gate 3, and it's water above and thunder below, and it says dissonance begins transformation, and it's Aries and Taurus. And this is part of the sacral center, and the sacral center is that sensuality and sexuality. In human design, though, it's about energy and movement and productivity and getting things done and the willpower to keep going and to get things done. And it says, Sacral energy. The challenge that you have is holding too tightly to the things calling to be changed brings about chaos internally and externally. The lesson that you're learning from that challenge is that change is constant. Embracing change leads to adaptability and innovative ways of creating newness in life. And what Spirit is asking you to really hold on to in your heart is that all the world is a stage. Every role is new, every moment is fresh. This is the epitome of an innocence-led life. Just as the famous quote, "You know nothing, Jon Snow," if we embrace knowing nothing, everything is new and innovative. So this is such a passion of mine in my heart, this dissonance begins transformation concept. I feel like too often we get stuck in this mindset that we have to do things the way that it's expected, or the way that society says it has to go, or the way that our parents did it. All of these things. So we believe that we can't ask for help. We have to do it ourselves. And in being that way, it creates dissonance when there are two individuals in a relationship. But that dissonance is not there to say this relationship isn't right for you. That dissonance is there to say, look here. Look here. Please look here, because it is here that your transformation together and individually can occur. And when you look there and you learn what preconceived notions you have or conditioned belief sets you have in this area, and you share that with the other person, you give that insight to the other person, and they give that back, now you guys are shifting that dissonance into harmony, and you're going through this beautiful transformative energy together. And for me, what's sticking out is the water above and the thunder below. And it's like there's this rumbling coming from deep, deep within both of you. And it's saying, please let it out. Let it out of the water. Let this burst free so we stop drowning. So we can change, we can transform. And that's the biggest lesson that you have been facing, you may still be facing in your relationship right now, is learning that these moments where you butt heads, or one of you sees what the other one doesn't, and the other one can't see beyond what's going on and all that they're doing, and they can't breathe around it. Those are the areas that you truly have the ability to sit down, and one of you has this beautiful gift for sitting down and talking it out and helping negotiate it, or helping strategize and plan and seeing all the different aspects of things, and the other one is this alchemist. So you have the ability to take all of these things and to turn it into love, into pure love. All of this dissonance can be turned into love. And it is just about holding that frequency of innocence in your heart, of no one is right and no one is wrong, but we're in this together. We are a team. So I'm going to pull from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart and get a little bit more information. And Spirit's jumping immediately. We have the 8 of, it's mental and throat chakra to me. Helpless and hopeless. And then we have the card 17, heal, which also reduces to an 8. Spirit, what else do we have? Oh. And then we have the card 1 of emotions, which is love abounds. And on the back of the deck, we have the card number 6, and it says healing begins. I'm sorry. This is so beautiful. This helpless and hopeless. It's like both parties have been feeling these things for so long, and now Spirit is coming in and saying it's okay, and you are being transformed. The chains are falling off so that this connection can heal. And as you do that, love is everywhere. And what you don't see is your healing has already begun. It's already started. And you just need to hold on to knowing that this time of helpless and hopeless is behind you. It really is. The more that you communicate from your heart and bring that into your connection and into your relationship, the more it heals, and you have already begun that journey. And this just serves really truly for you as confirmation that that journey has already begun, and you are healing, and you are moving more and more into all of this divine love and the purity of love in everything in your life. And it has been a very long journey. I can see it. I can see how split you've been. Should I stay or should I go? Can I keep doing this? Should I wait? Should I not? And every choice that you've made, you've second guessed and questioned and wondered. And every step that you've taken has been a healing step. Every single one. And you are moving towards a new beginning in love because you are doing the healing. Both of you in this connection are doing the healing. And it is so beautiful. Spirit, can I get 3 cards here? This is the enchanted map. So we're going to see what it is that brought you here, what your journey to bring you here was. What was the map, the steps, the feelings? Spirit, can I get a view into what brought pile 3 here? Number 16 with rescue. Number 18 with the magic stream. And we have 2 more here. The number 32 with magic prayer. Wow, guys. And the number 28 with movement. I'm just going to shift these a little bit. And on the back of the deck, we have card number 50 and compass. Wow. This is, you guys, you must be a spiritual warrior is what I am getting, because you had some real powerful prayers, manifestations, and what I'm seeing is you felt stuck in that helpless and hopeless energy, and as stuck as you were during that, you didn't bend or break. You didn't falter. You stepped directly into the flow of everything, into the magic stream, the magic flow, the divine flow of life in general, and into this healing flow, going based off of just your inner compass, your inner guide. Nobody told you what to do or how to do it. You just did it. you just jumped. And your prayers, the things that you spoke out, the pains that you purged out, all of it became this prayer to, what I'm hearing is a prayer to your higher self, a prayer to your spirit guides, to spirit, to your ancestors, to the universe, to everyone, because you had such faith, that your healing was working, that your healing was right, that this relationship was right, and that you were ready to start moving forward. And I don't know what it is for the movement that you're moving forward to, but I can see that it feels like so much stuff has been floating in the ethers, and you're just waiting for it to come down and get grounded. And it's like you've been in this place that is neither here nor there, and the whole focus was just being whole and loving. And what I'm seeing that brought you here is you really didn't need to be here necessarily, but you just wanted some validation, some confirmation that you're on the right path, that this is the right relationship, that you know your direction and your heart as clearly as you think you do, that all of this is not for nothing, and that whatever it is that has been pulling you to needing to be rescued, and whatever it is that you need to either move towards or move away from, you just needed something. And Spirit wants you to know that you were heard. You were heard every time. What I'm hearing is you were heard every time that you fell to your knees, every time that you got back up and decided, I'm just going to keep going, every time that you said, I am not going to listen to that person, to that belief system. I am going to listen to my heart and follow my heart no matter what. Spirit is saying absolutely. That was absolutely what you were supposed to do, what you were meant to do, and you did it. And please take this as our thanks and our congratulations, because you did it. Stay true to your heart. It is truly the only compass that is ever meant to guide you. And know that all the healing has already begun, and there is nothing to worry about. Wow. You guys are absolutely incredible people. You are absolutely incredible people. And I get this, like, as soon as I put down the Alchemist card, and this energy that keeps flowing through is, yeah, I know, but no buts on this one. Absolutely not. You are amazing. You are amazing. And you have so much in your life, and it is so beautiful. And I am so blessed and honored to have been able to read for you guys. Be gentle. If you're the alchemist, please be gentle on the mediator. They're doing the best that they can. They really are. And I have the feeling that you already know that. And it will be okay. I just feel it will be okay. And keep going, because you are absolutely doing everything that is right for you. Thank you so much to Spirit for bringing these messages forth. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Please make sure that you go and check out Amanda's video for the follow-up on the future of this relationship. And make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos. And please comment down, let me know. Let me know just anything. Because you guys are so incredibly impressive, and wow. Wow. Again, I want to say thank you so much for being here, and one last time before I close out, thank you so much to Amanda for this collaboration. I am so excited to see both of our communities come together and learn more and grow more, and yeah, thank you guys. All right, I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.